Malacanang has recently said that COVID-positive individuals may be charged with murder or homicide for spreading the virus to other individuals. To help us understand these issues, we have with us on the line the Integrated Bar of the Philippines National President, Attorney Domingo Cayosa. Good morning, Pañero. Let's start with the law as it is stated. What is your position here in relation to charging COVID patients with murder, homicide, or reckless imprudence?
Good morning, Charles, and good morning to our viewers and listeners. Well, the laws are clear. The penal laws are clear. It depends on the circumstances. If there is malicious intent to kill by spreading the virus, the COVID-19 virus, then it can amount to homicide. If there are qualifying circumstances like evident premeditation or treachery, it can amount to murder. But these are very difficult crimes to prove. Now, if there was no intent, but there was reckless imprudence or wanton negligence on the part of the virus carrier, then it may amount to homicide through reckless imprudence. So it depends on the circumstances of its case. But as a general approach, it might be better to seek the cooperation and obedience of our countrymen with clear and consistent policies, precautionary measures, rather than criminalize the acts. Perhaps filing criminal charges would be welcome only for those who are really hard-headed and have malicious intentions.
Right. I suppose being hard-headed is an entirely separate offense opposed to murder or homicide, at least insofar as the laws were intended. But then how exactly do you think that the authorities will implement this? For example, if a lot of people get COVID-19 during a mass gathering, is it even possible?
That's the problem for the law enforcers and for the government. It will be very difficult to trace the proximate and direct cause of the death, not to mention the intention, because the intention must be the malice and the intention to kill, and the knowingly spreading the virus has to be proven, and that is very difficult. So it may be theoretically possible, but practically impossible.
Right. Attorney, going back to what you mentioned earlier, it's all about the hard-headedness. So is there really a more appropriate criminal offense for this quote-unquote crime of spreading COVID-19 upon others?
But it could be, yes, I think the more practical approach, if you want to punish them, would be to use the local ordinances. And we know, because IBP has been helping our LGUs, there are now local ordinances that are punishable by fine or imprisonment or community service. This might be the more practical approach rather than focus on serious offenses that are very difficult to prove.
Right. Attorney Cayosa, one last question before I let you go. Do you really think that these pronouncements from Malacanang, do you think that these pronouncements from Malacanang will actually ripen into actual policy insofar as how to treat hard-headed people who can't follow the protocols?
Well, it may be out of frustration that the leaders of our country say those things. But we don't see it as a policy. It perhaps is a warning. It may be one of those approaches by which they try to encourage or force people to comply with the protocols. But what they've been suggesting is clearer, consistent, and equal application of the rules and the protocols all over the country might be a better and workable approach, because we need our people to cooperate. Filing criminal cases would be very tedious for government. It will be very difficult, as you know, to prove these serious offenses. So it's okay perhaps for them to mention it in one of the press statements or press briefings, but at the end of the day, we really have to focus on getting cooperation. And you get that cooperation by clear, consistent, and equal application of the laws all over the country. No selectivity. It should be applied to the mighty and to the lowly, and it should be the same all over the country, because we now see situations where different LGUs apply different rules and ordinances. So we need some consistency and clarity.
Clarity and consistency. Thank you for your usual insight and for your time this morning. That was IBP National President, Attorney Domingo Cayosa.